Hello, everyone. I'm thrilled you're back with us. Today, we dive into a topic that might be all too familiar. Why narcissists seem to escape legal repercussions. Have you ever felt frustrated watching the narcissist in your life avoid consequences despite their harmful and manipulative behavior? It's enough to make anyone question the fairness of it all. We'll explore the concept of divine justice and its relevance to pride, manipulation, and deceit in today's discussion. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll gain a deeper understanding. You're not alone in wondering why narcissists evade punishment while others suffer. Let's discuss how divine justice can provide solace and help you strengthen your faith in the process. Let's get started. Whenever I seek insight into justice and deception, I think of a figure from the Bible, Jezebel. Married to Ahab, the king of Israel, Jezebel was beautiful but cruel. She worshipped Baal and was ruthless in pursuing her desires. People who always seem to get their way can remind us of Jezebel. It might be an overbearing parent or a domineering friend. Interestingly, the spirit of Jezebel isn't confined to one gender. Such behavior can be exhibited by anyone, regardless of gender. Don't leave now if you're working with a narcissist and want to know how justice fits in. We're going to break it all down and try to help you feel better and understand along the way. Let's jump right in. Let's talk about what God thinks about this now. He doesn't like it when people worship fake gods, and Jezebel was all about that. Sense a pattern? Narcissists do the same thing. They make a big deal out of themselves and expect everyone to worship them. Things are fine, but God doesn't like that. He makes it clear that he wants to be the only one people worship. Whenever you see someone acting haughty like Jezebel, remember that they're not as important as they think they are, and they should never put themselves above God. Have you ever thought about why things always go wrong when you talk about a problem with a cocky person? Their pride can't handle being poked in the ego. God told people not to worship other gods, and he told Jezebel the same thing. I promise he'll also do it with narcissists. He really doesn't mind giving them chances all the time. The first step is to send alerts. The end of Jezebel's story didn't have to be so sad. We all have chances to make things right, just like narcissists do. Think of it like when you know deep down that something is wrong and you can fix it. If you pay attention to those signs, you might find a way to change. If you ignore them, bad things will happen. Let's go back to Jezebel. When Elijah spoke out against her, she didn't listen. Instead, she opened fire. She even said she would kill Elijah after he showed how powerful God was on Mount Carmel. That's one way to hold a grudge. The same goes for narcissists. If you annoy them, they'll be mad for a long time. And believe me, it's very easy to annoy them. But here's the thing. God has a plan. He doesn't want anyone to get lost. He wants everyone to find the light. He gives us chances, and sometimes he sends people to make sure we hear those messages clearly. Now, the warning phase in the first stage can feel like it lasts a long time for people who are waiting for things to change. Some people even try to fight fire with fire, which leaves them scratching their heads and asking why things keep getting worse. When it seems like nothing is happening and justice is nowhere to be found, it's hard. Stick with it, though, because here's the catch. God has justice planned. Yes, fairness from God is on the way, friend. Take the case of Jezebel. Her story is like proof positive that God is fair. Elijah was not strong enough to defeat her by himself. God had to step in. To cut a long story short, Jezebel died in a painful way. Her own people threw her out of a window, horses stepped on her, and she was left for the dogs to clean up. If you don't believe me, read 2 Kings 9 to see for yourself. Things like that happen when you try your luck with God. If you break God's rules and hurt his people, you're sure to get into trouble. Jezebel's story is like a warning label straight from the divine plan. That narcissist in your life who plays manipulation like a sport, doesn't care about other people, and changes the Bible to fit their own needs? Yeah, they're going to get what they deserve, just like Jezebel. I'm not sure what will happen to them, but trust me, justice will be done. For, let's be honest, everyone, even narcissists, will have to pay for their mistakes at some point. There may not be a big end for your narcissist like there was for Jezebel, but God has other ways of getting justice done. It could mean a life full of nothingness, failure, and a never-ending need for approval for a narcissist. Hence the reason you see them losing control more and more as they age. God might just let them stew in their own poisonous juices and let them deal with the results of their own decisions. It may look like justice isn't coming your way, but trust me, it's a different kind of pain for them. Imagine waking up every day and feeling like something is missing, like you're always trying to find happiness but never quite making it. Witnessing other people hurt is the only thing that makes me feel good. While I'm not suggesting that you enjoy their pain, I do want you to understand that their supposedly perfect lives aren't as good as they seem. It's fair to you because God can make things right again. He can turn your sadness into happiness and your grief into dancing. Trust Him. I'm not telling you this to make you feel sorry for them. That's their choice, and now they have to deal with the results. They are stuck in a loop of being unhappy, angry, and trying over and over to fill a void that nothing seems to fill. It really does sound like a nightmare, doesn't it? One such person is a narcissist, who is stuck in their own personal hell. The really interesting thing is that they get the attention, approval, and supply they need from people like you and me. But do you think they can keep it up for long before everyone sees through it? They end up being left alone because no one else is ready to put up with their bad behavior. Their friends and family have stopped talking to them, and even their own children have grown apart from them. They may play the victim card and blame everyone, even you, but they know what's really going on. Their fate is to be alone and sad. Before you leave, I want to say that I know it can be hard to face the hurt that someone you care about is causing. If they don't change their minds, letting them do bad things won't change their fate. The faces of narcissists may change, but the backing of a higher power never changes. Have faith that you are not alone in this fight, no matter how hard it is. You're not the only one who has ever felt misled by people who changed the Bible. In fact, I'm going to talk about 4 Bible verses that narcissists often use wrongly in a future show. It will help you understand things better. Also, I have a special resource for you if you're having trouble with hard people in your life. This is our free Toxic People Survival Guide, which is meant to help you spot and deal with difficult situations. Use the link in the text below to get to your copy. Thanks for listening today. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for more help and ideas. Keep your faith strong and your heart open until next time.